I watched Awakening of the Beast, continuing on with the Coffin Joe box set, Tom. Uh, I've never seen this one before, and this is a fucking weird one. Okay, this starts out Coffin Joe, but he's not Coffin Joe. He's just his regular self here, and he's like playing a psychiatrist, and he's talking with a bunch of they're at a bar, discussing drugs and how drugs contribute to sexual depravity. And so then everybody starts telling stories about people and drugs and sexual depravity. And the first segment, Tom, is just a bunch of hippies. They're, doing hippie shit, dressed stupid, playing the bongos or whatever. Some chick comes to hang out with them. She starts taking her clothes off, and they're all dancing around her. And it's real stupid. And it just leads up to her taking a shit in the pot and them watching her. But, it's not graphic as I'm making it sound. They don't show anything, but it's heavily implied. And then there's another segment about a lady. She brings home a donkey, into her apartment or whatever. And then her husband, is like, hey, thanks. And he takes off with the donkey to imply that, she brought it home for him to fuck. And there's this slutty daughter there, and she starts fucking the butler. They have a butler in this little apartment, and the wife's just watching it. Again, not erotic, just kind of, the fuck is this? Then there's another story about a maid. She's doing an interview, to be a maid. I don't know what maid interviews go like, but the guy that's interviewing her, he's a big, fat, ugly fuck, and, he's like starting to come on to her, and she's thinking, well, wait a minute, do I gotta fuck this guy to get this job? And it's like, no, he doesn't want to do that. He just wants to watch somebody else fuck her while he continues to eat spaghetti or whatever. And then the last segment, it's the 4 people that they're going to give drugs to, and they want them to look at this Coffin Joe poster while they start to trip. And they do. They each start to trip, and it turns to color because the movie's been in black and white before that. But it's, they're tripping, so it's in color. And each one of them has like a segment with Coffin Joe, and I don't really remember, because it's been a while, and this wasn't really that good. This section is cooler than the other ones, but it goes on way too long. It's like the end of another movie we'll talk about later. It just kept going on and on. At first, you're like, that's pretty cool. And it's like, it was cool about 10 minutes ago, but still, no. And also the thing that was good about this segment is that midway through the previous segment, the subtitles stopped working. So this is the infamous disc to where people were like, oh man, there's no subtitles, but there's no real dialogue in the last segment. It doesn't matter. But give it up to Arrow. Yesterday I had a package in the mail. I was like, I didn't order anything. So I got the replacement disc in, which is good, so I can watch the next movie for next week, The End of Man. But Awakening of the Beast, if you're a Coffin Joe completist and got to see all his shit, then I guess you got to see it, but I can't recommend it. It's not good.